Hockey fans, get ready. The buzz around Mitch Marner's future is exploding into one of the most dramatic storylines of the year. And all eyes are on an almost unthinkable scenario. Marner, a Toronto Maple Leafs icon, jumping ship to join their rivals, the Montreal Canadiens, for a deal just shy of $100 million. As July 1st approaches, speculation is swirling as insiders, analysts, and thousands of NHL fans debate the potential destinations and the repercussions of what could be the summer's most shocking move. What would this mean for the Leafs, for the Canadiens, and for the entire fabric of the NHL? Let's unpack this brewing free agency saga and find out why Marner's next contract might change the landscape of professional hockey as we know it. The contract year. Setting the stage for history, Mitch Marner enters the 2025 NHL offseason, not just as a free agent, but as the crown jewel of the market. Finishing a 6-year, $65.4 million contract with the Leafs, Marner's stock has never been higher or more scrutinized. Elite production, 27 goals, 75 assists, and an eye-popping 102 points in 81 games last season. Dynamic playmaker, his blending of speed, hockey IQ, and relentless two-way effort have made him the engine of Toronto's offense and the envy of teams across the league. At the peak of his powers, at just 28, Marner is entering his prime, making this next deal both his most lucrative and, potentially, his most legacy-defining. As NHL.com and insiders across North America confirm, Marner is poised to become the most sought-after player this summer, with the potential to break records and set standards for superstar contracts going forward. The Canadiens' rumor? Could he actually go to Montreal? Perhaps the most jaw-dropping rumor yet. Puck GM, a popular site for trade and signing predictions, has Marner landing a 7-year, $92.5 million contract with none other than the Montreal Canadiens. That would pay him $13.25 million annually, making him the highest-paid player on the Habs, and only slightly less than the $14–15 million per year insiders suspect he's after. Why does this move shock the hockey world? Rivalry, firestorm. The Maple Leafs and Canadiens rivalry is one of hockey's deepest and oldest. Star players rarely make the leap between these teams. Doing so would instantly ignite hatred, drama, and must-watch television. Perfect fit in Montreal. Marner would likely anchor a top line alongside Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki, supercharging Montreal's offense and transforming the Habs from hopefuls to legitimate Eastern Conference threats. Financial firepower. With cap space to make marquee signings, Montreal can afford to swoop in and snatch Marner from Toronto, if he's ready for the historic jump. And what about that price tag? While some believe Marner could push the $100 million threshold, others predict the deal will settle just under, particularly if his playoff struggles, again, no deep run this spring, weigh on negotiations. The business of superstar free agency, how high can Marner's market go? NHL insiders like Frank Saravalli from Daily Faceoff see Marner's next contract setting a new standard in a market hungry for difference makers. Coupling the difficulty in acquiring true difference makers with the rapidly rising salary cap, it's not difficult to envision a world where Marner earns closer to a $14 million AAV if he makes it to market. Salary inflation. With the NHL's salary cap set to rise and so few elite talents available, expect bidding wars, even from non-playoff teams looking to make a splash. Demand outstrips supply. Marner may be the only apple in a market where a dozen teams are starving for top-line talent. That leverage alone could see him command one of the richest contracts ever. Still, analysts caution that playoff disappointment could keep his annual value below $15 million. Regardless, sources across the league agree. Marner will easily clear $13 million per year, and whoever wins the sweepstakes is signing up for a franchise-altering investment. Toronto's dilemma. Can the Leafs survive losing Marner for nothing, letting a 102-point homegrown star walk, potentially to a bitter rival, isn't just a blow to the lineup. It's a cultural earthquake inside Leafs Nation. NHL insider Chris Johnston is blunt. The Leafs have lost control of this situation as an organization because Mitch Marner can be a free agent. It does appear to me that he's going to walk away in free agency, so that's obviously just a massive hole in your lineup. There aren't very many Mitch Marners growing on trees. Cap space versus superstar loss. Yes, Toronto would free up millions to pursue other targets, But replacing Marner's elite playmaking and the chemistry he's built with Austin Matthews will be close to impossible. A locker room shift. Marner is more than points. He's a leader and a face of the franchise. His exit marks a new era, one that will force the Leafs to rethink their identity and strategy moving forward. Fan reaction. For years, Leafs faithful have agonized over losing top talent, but Marner leaving for Montreal would be an unprecedented twist, potentially fueling the rivalry for another generation. The decision. What does Marner want? While insiders are ready to write the headlines, Marner himself insists nothing is final. As pressure mounts, the superstar forward remains measured and family-focused. In the next couple of weeks, I'll sit down with my wife and we'll start talking, trying to figure out what's next. Marner's choices boil down to classic free agency questions. Chase the biggest payday? 13 mil plus? Even 14 $14 is on the table, possibly with Montreal or another aggressive big-market team. Chase the cup? Does he sign with a contender poised for immediate success, potentially accepting slightly less to leave a legacy? Family, fit, and future. Where's the best environment for his happiness and career, on and off the ice? One thing's certain. Marner is in the driver's seat, and this decision will reverberate around the league. What does this mean for the Canadians and the NHL at large? Landing Mitch Marner would be nothing short of a transformational moment for the Canadians. Immediate contention. Adding a 100-point winger would turbocharge their offense and change the entire balance of power in the Atlantic Division. Ticket sales and buzz. Marner's elite talent coupled with rivalry intrigue would make Montreal the center of the hockey universe. League-wide shockwaves. Players, agents, and GMs around North America are watching to see if Marner's deal resets market expectations for all future stars. But with the race still wide open, every team in the hunt is forced to get creative and aggressive. Where do you think Marner lands? Let's get the debate started. So there you have it, the latest and juiciest developments in the Mitch Marner free agency drama. Is Montreal really the landing spot? Will he become the NHL's highest-paid player, or will a dark horse come out of nowhere to steal the show? Drop your predictions, opinions, and dream scenarios in the comments below. Would you welcome Marner onto your team, or does the idea of him in a Canadiens jersey fire up your rivalry passion? If you're enjoying coverage like this, fire off a like to support the show, and let's keep this hockey conversation going strong all summer long. Stay tuned, because as free agency opens, you can bet there will be more twists, turns, and unforgettable moments ahead.